It may be hard to remember that 80 years ago, we were ending 1941, and it was a bad year, entering into 1942, which looked just as bad. And it was a tough year, but by the end of the year, things started to look better. Does that help? I don't. By the way, first of all, yes, I have a cat. She's 18 freaking years old. But beyond that, I want to talk a little bit about this is my monthly rant, and it's the end of the year, beginning of the year, however you want to call it. And here's a couple of things. One, 2021 professionally was the best year in the history of Simplex IT. We grew both from a revenue standpoint. We also grew from a profitability standpoint. We went up significantly in the rankings of the MSP 501, which ranks the top 501 managed service providers in the world. Not that Osti cares. And we also, for the first time, hit the Case Weatherhead 100, where we actually were in the 100 as opposed to the Upstart, where we've been for several years. So it was a good year. It's a great year, in fact. Okay, who's kidding who? It was a very stressful year for everybody. And the stress that I underwent this year is nothing compared to so many of you. And it would be inappropriate and downright laughable if I tried to go, oh, whoa, poor is me and all that. But it was stressful. We've had several employees who have had COVIDs, thankfully none terribly serious. And we've also had a number of relatives and friends of employees who had COVID, and some of them didn't make it. We've also had situations where some of our clients have had challenges as far as financial and all that. As I've said before, this is actually our most successful year, 2021, both from a sales standpoint and a profitability standpoint. And honestly, 2022 looks pretty good too, which on the one hand, I really hate to say that because it almost sounds like in the midst of everything else, I'm bragging or the like, but it's the result of a lot of hard work on the part of everybody here at Simplex IT. And we are still looking to expand. We've got a content creator position open, which is a new position. We're looking to add another level 2 technician. Ultimately, down the road, we'll be adding probably a video editor. I will say we also have a replacement. Michelle Brugman, who's been with us for about 9 years, started as an office manager and then most recently has been client relations manager. She has decided to go for another opportunity that honestly, don't blame her. It really is some cool stuff she's moving towards, and we will miss her terribly. I am holding her desk hostage, however, inside joke. But we are looking to replace her, and we'll have her help and assistance in doing so as well. So we've got a couple positions opening, all of which are located on Indeed.com, or email me, Bob, at simplex-it.com if you're interested in that. And we wish Michelle nothing but the best. Don't tell her I said that, though. It just doesn't, it's not my character. Why were we successful in 2022? Well, on the sales and marketing side, honestly, Patty and her team, including Ryan, our relatively new sales guy, have done a bang-up job. We actually moved our closing percentage, which is with a percentage of proposals that actually say yes, from around 25-30%, which is more or less an industry average, up to 50-some% for last year, 2021, which is fantastic, and we expect that to continue. You hear me, Patty? In addition to that, we also have been continuing doing our daily videos on LinkedIn. We're now up to like almost 500 that we've recorded, whether or not we've released it or not. And we expect to take another leap forward by really developing a lot of content to help our clients and potential clients get better value out of their IT, whether or not they go with Simplex IT. You've known us for a while. You know we've always been that way. Now it's going to be even more so. So kudos over on that side of the fence. Over on the tech department side, Kevin and his team have been doing great. We've essentially been implementing more organization and structure with what we call the czar level, which we basically have Kurt, Adam, and Jeff and Michelle, soon to be Michelle's replacement, who have been heading up our service desk, our project management, our security, technology alignment, client relationship, all under Kevin's leadership. And we completely rebuilt that over the year, or, over 21, which was a significant change for everybody. I think for the better, although sometimes during the days of change, it was interesting. We're going to be cutting down our webinars. We were trying to do them monthly, and honestly, our quality, we just weren't happy with them. So now what we're going to do, starting in 22, is we're going to be doing them quarterly, but we're also going to be really raising the bar as far as the content and the like. And that starts, well, not this month, because this month we already had on record, but this month we do have a webinar that I think will be interesting. For those of you who are interested in co-managed IT services, this will actually be my first webinar about co-managed in about 6 months or a year. And we're really going to be upping the game a little bit in terms of, I think there's been a lot of change in co-managed, at least from an approach standpoint, at least for us, and integrating co-managed where we partner with the internal IT. And you've seen that in our LinkedIn videos. You've seen it in a lot of our content. Now we're going to formalize it a little bit. And if you are either the CEO with an internal IT department or you are the internal IT department, I don't think you're going to want to miss this one. And remember, a lot of MSPs out there talk about co-managed, or we'll put a web page out there. We write books. We do webinars. We do weekly videos. We walk it, we talk it, we breathe it, we eat it. Check it out. On the personal standpoint, my wife Julie and I moved to Talmadge, I still can't figure it out right, from Hudson, where we've lived for over 20 years. And we moved to basically a little spot, smaller house, bigger yard, fewer neighbors. And it's been an adventure. Rounding up, we've had everything from gas leaks to plumbing issues to furnace issues to whatever. It's a 60-year-old house, but it's been great, and been doing rather well. Here's a shot of the backyard of the house, which is really nice. And my oldest granddaughter, Kylie, who was behind the idea of doing the snacks out in the hallway, she actually joined the Navy. And recently finished the boot camp and is now down in Florida. And I remember when she was not on this planet, let alone when she was a baby and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is really cool, and very proud of her. And we actually were able to kind of sneak her up here back home. Her mom and I were able to bring her back up for a few days to visit the family, and that was kind of a surprise for everybody, which is cool. And so with that, from all of us here at Simplex IT, and from my family to you and yours, I hope your 21 was great. I really, really hope your 22 is better. And if there's anything I can do to help, reach out, let me know. Let's have some fun.